Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to another segment of Music Industry Makeover. Yes, we got some of the crew is in the house here with us. What's going on, everyone? How you doing? D-Ray, Tamika, Simone. Man, it's a Thursday night. What's popping, as they would say? Or maybe that's outdated.
What's popping? Okay.
First of all, who is this person in the corner? Who is this person? I don't even know if I know who this person is.
Oh man, hey man, he throwing shade already. Look at
I mean, you've been here so long. You've been here so long. What is your name?
Hey,
my name is Simone Henry.
I wasn't talking about Simone.
He was talking about you.
Hey, she a fire preaching woman. Hey, preaching all over the world. Yeah, hallelujah. Yeah.
Can I get an autograph?
Hey. Yeah,
Silly.
Yes, y'all. Hey, y'all spread the word. Hey, it's on. Hey, Music Industry Makeover. All right. Hey, the podcast we've been doing for over 2 years. God is good, and want to definitely thank our advertisers and sponsors for helping us out with it. And so we'll be back right after this. All right. Man, I don't care what kind of event it is. As long as Black Sauce is in the building, the food is going to be right. That's what I'm talking about. Order yours today.
They said I wouldn't make it. They said I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't amount to anything. So no matter what people say, gonna love you anyway. And I shall live and not die. I'm gonna live my life abundantly, and I'll fulfill.
Yes. Want to thank all our sponsors as well, and also shout outs to my man Howard Martell, Genicity. Okay, go and check it out, man. The products that he has right there. Go to howardsuperstore.com. I tell you, man, all natural products, even that CBD coffee, man. I tell you, hey, I might have to try that. I don't know.
I'm trying to get some of that weed coffee. It's not weed coffee.
Really?
It's not weed coffee.
Hey, there it is right there. Gourmet Arabia CBD coffee. Man,
you're gonna mess up people's sales.
Hey, I'll tell you, hey, but look, hey, once y'all go to a store, you'll see all the other things he has to offer on there at howardsuperstore.com right there. Man, hey, thank you so much. And if you're interested in wanting to advertise and sponsor whatever, hey, make sure you hit us up. All right, go to musicindustrymakeover.com, and we'd love to definitely take care of you. Marketing, promotions, advertising company, and hey, this is what we do. Okay, most definitely. And you always follow me on Linktree as well too, DJ Ronnie Ron. See everything that I have going on. What's going on? We have Miss Tamika Hall is in the house. Hey, the preaching woman. Yes. Hey, what's been going on with you? Somebody says I love you, Tamika.
Wait. She brought fans.
She brought fans. Oh man.
Brought her fans with her.
Oh man. Wow. Hey.
That was Brandy.
Brandy. Yes. So, hey, what's going on with MissTamikaHall.com? Tell us about that.
You know what? God has just been. He's been amazing. I've really missed you guys.
All right, we miss you too.
God's been really shifting, and I finally said yes to the ministry call all my life. I grew up as a preacher's kid, and I've always been like, no, I'm not a preacher, even though it always sounds like I'm preaching when I go off on Danny. But yeah, so God has just been opening doors. It's been really, really awesome. But we're still, publishing and marketing and all that great stuff too. So
there it is, TamikaHall.com. And SJ Music. All right, is it SJMusic.com or SJ Music?
SJMusic.com.
There, yeah, EC, right? Or ES?
ECHE.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, just make sure I had it. But go ahead, tell us what's going on with Eshe Simone.
Well, basically, I am helping artists to market themselves and get their music out in front of more people. I focus on helping them to find, build, and engage their unique fan bases. So if that is something that you're interested, if you're interested in monetizing your music, then see me at eshemusic.com. And there's no S in there.
Oh, you know what? Oh, my bad. Hey, see, I had to send folks to a porn site or something. No, no.
The porn is not associated with me.
That's right. It sure isn't. Hey, man. No, we done. All right. Hey, Daddy, man. Hey, man, look, what's going on? Tell us, man. Hey, D-Ray, the producer, man. We just saw that video and things. What's going on with your company? Hey, man, you're muted, bro.
I am muted.
Good yes, you are muted. Yeah.
Good evening. boy, you done threw me off my game.
Yeah.
But anyway, D-Ray, the producer.
That's because he's eating something.
What? What'd you say?
You were
hey, can I get through my introduction first?
That's fine. Finish doing what you were doing.
Give me my intro.
Let me get my intro done first. How about that?
I have a feeling tonight is going to be an interesting show.
Yes, good Lord. This is what happens when we don't feed the Raptors. Anyway, as we go along. So inside joke, y'all. But yeah, I'm producing and I'm excited about a new release from rapper extraordinaire Quiet Storm. We are shooting a music video for this release this Saturday. So keep us in prayer. We'll be shooting in Greensboro, North Carolina. And we'll just definitely be keeping you posted on what comes next with that release. And we've got some new music coming, some new projects coming. So staying busy.
That's what's up. Awesome. Hey, shout out to that Bridget Sirius James. Hey, God bless you. Hey, I look forward to hooking up with you, meeting you in person at the Gospel Hip Hop Awards next weekend. Man, that's going to be awesome down in the ATL. Hopefully they'll have some gas by then. So, we'll see. Hey,
is it not getting crazy?
Man, it's getting crazy for real. But,
I mean, like really.
Yes. Yeah. But you know what? We here and, you only believe half of what you see on the media. So don't live in fear, y'all. All right. But
people down here getting beat down for gas. So I'm just saying.
Craziness.
Be careful. Be careful.
Right. Well, hey, y'all know what we do. We get as we talk about marketing and promotions. And if you have any questions or comments, and if you're an artist, this is the show for you. All right, we got professionals up here that are in the industry, and we are here to definitely help you. I'm not going to, you'll give you a little tips, but we're gonna give you everything. And so you have to invest in yourself for that. And most of the folks guests that we might have brought on, or so they have definitely echoed a lot of our sentiments as well too. But they say, they're blowing up for gas too. Hey, we got some crazy folks in this world for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, but which is pretty interesting too. Just when it comes to situations like this, and then artists, I guess you have to, kind of look at how things are transpiring, and people's interests are more so as compared to being involved in the music industry or even purchasing music. It's like most of the monies will be going towards other things, and that's why when you build a fan base, so you want to definitely make your music as essential that I gotta have such and such because hey, that's a part of my life. Just like
your super fan will make a decision between gas, food, or your music.
Yes.
Your super fan will be like, I ate today. Let me go ahead and buy this.
There you go.
That's real.
That's very real. Yeah. Timika, you're muted. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. And so that's why we encourage you all to build fans, okay? Build an audience. And stop chasing trophies and awards and things, platforms. That's like I said, I'm not going to give that spill, but oh man. So hey, we were talking offline and talking about with playlists, and then also should an artist have a website? and Simone and Denny, they were going at it and things, and Simone.
Well,
Me
I think-
with Danny never.
yeah, I think the best thing to do if we're gonna do that, maybe go through that list, and then that way we can kind of, because I believe the website was like maybe the last part of, I think it was like number 6.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'll definitely find that for us. But yes, an artist having a website, how important is that? So and actually, I need to go back. I need to go back and find it. But yeah, y'all go ahead and finish on up and all. And as I find it here.
Oh, you want to go through the whole list? Okay, 7 marketing strategies for musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So number 1 was find out who and where your fans are.
Here we go. Once again, finding out who your fans are, and it comes back to, what do we always say? What is your why?
Mm-hmm.
When you know what your why is, once you're secure about what your why is, then people will start to gravitate towards your message.
Right.
And as long as you are authentic and consistent with what you're trying to do. And, you have to be also intentional about how you're finding your fans. What are you using? What tools you're using? Are you looking at your analytics? Are you just posting just to be posting?
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. 7 top marketing strategies. Go ahead, Ron.
One other thing I wanted to say too is that there are things that you can do to be very proactive about finding your fans and driving them to your platform, your videos, your websites, and letting your content filter those people out. So say, your music sounds like, and this is a thing that a lot of artists don't want to say, like, oh, well, I don't sound like anybody. I am totally and completely unique. Well, if you have some influences that's a part of your music doesn't sound exactly like this other artist, but maybe they influenced you, maybe they influenced your style of singing or whatever, you can use that as a starting point to find the fans of that person. And maybe those people will like your music as well, and you put your music in front of them and then ask them to come even further and say, maybe like your page, maybe go and watch your video on YouTube, maybe subscribe to your YouTube channel, maybe, and you find these people, and the more, there may be a whole lot of fans out there of Fred Hammond, but there'll be a subset of those people who will also like you. So that's a place where you can start.
Well said, definitely. Hey, shout outs to those who are tuning in on RYC Praise News as well as CG93 Radio. Thank you so much. All right, and if you have any comments and questions, feel free to join in. What's going on there, Sam P? God bless you there. All right, hey, Quiet Storm. Yes,
Sam P got some new music coming up. He got some new heat coming out.
I see, and I see him on TikTok. He'll be doing it. Hey, what's up, Big Los?
Los,
man.
Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go.
Big Lows, hey, subjective. No, stop.
So lows.
Yeah, but Sam says other people may hear someone you sound like that you don't hear yourself in your voice. That's a good point.
That is true.
Ask other people, definitely.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
You may think you're completely unique, but other people will hear influences in your music.
That's right.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a VIP in the comments.
Yes, Mr. Marlon McNichols.
Hey,
yes.
Nichols.
Legend in the music industry. Yes.
Oh,
hey, welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. All right.
And before we go off of that, it is very, very important, in my opinion, that when you're starting out, now I'm not talking about if you're established. If you're starting out, get some people around you that you could play your music for that can give you an honest critique of your sound. You may think you sound like Fred Hammond, but you actually might sound like your Uncle Fred. So there's a difference. You know what I mean? And so, and you got to really be able to take criticism and say, okay, this is not working. this ain't it. This is not for you. Try something different. But before you wrap yourself around something that's not working, and then when it doesn't work down the line, it may cause you some frustration to say, oh, well, this is, I need to quit, or maybe this wasn't for me. No, it just means that particular song, that particular selection was not for you.
That's
So
good.
get some people around you that can be honest.
Especially, I want to say this, especially if you're trying out new genres.
Right.
And I want to say this to Black people especially. Because Black folk will say, oh, well, this is my new country song, or this is my new EDM song. And your country song sounds just like the R&B song you just sang, or your EDM song sounds like an EDM remix of an R&B song.
That's good.
So,
that's good,
if
Simone.
you are trying to do music in a different genre, get a producer who specializes in that genre. Don't go to your normal everyday gospel or R&B or soul producer.
It's good.
Who doesn't necessarily know the genre, doesn't know the instruments, that kind of stuff,
Definitely, yeah. Hey, we were laughing. Quiet Storm said instead of Fred Hammond, ham and cheese.
Everybody got jokes. What in the world is happening?
That was a good one.
It's about to pop off in the comments.
Man, he'd have been around Carlos too long. That's what it is. Hey, that's good, Carlos. If you can't take constructive criticism, you will never get better or grow. That is so true.
Absolutely true.
That is so true. Artists, you need to pay attention to this statement right here. All right, because not everybody's going to like your music or your craft or your talent. You're going to get criticism. That is just a part of life. All right. So Hey, well said, Carlos. Tamika, go ahead, expound upon this.
Well, I was just going to expound on that statement where I think that there really is a balance. I know, for example, oftentimes, Danny has a background in graphic design. So, for example, if I'm working on a book cover or something, I might actually reach out to him and say, what do you think about this? I'm having difficulty with it. What do you think? And he'll actually say, okay, well, I don't like the color background that you chose. Do something different, girl. You know what I mean? And then there are times where somebody that I do value will give me something and I don't always agree with it. And then you have to also trust your own judgment too. So I think you have to have a very good balance. But if at the end of the day, the people that you surround yourself with are valuable and they actually care about you and care about you winning, that's really what it is. Do they want you to win? Because you don't want somebody in your corner that's just always negative, and you don't want somebody that's always a yes man either. Value people who actually want to see you win. And I think that when you have that, then yeah, absolutely, that is when you are able to grow. And I mean, I really don't think I have much more to add. I think it is important to find out where your fans are. I also think it's important to be creative about figuring out where your fans might be as well. And then when you do that, Ron is laughing while I'm speaking. I don't feel important anymore.
I was like, no, I'm not letting. No. See, Carlos, he's the jokester.
And here's the thing. I want to be there. I would have wanted to be there when Ron actually told Big Los, because he's Big Los for a reason. What was the look on Big Los's face when Ron told him he wasn't funny? Say, man,
Hey, that was almost over 10 years ago, I think. Man, wow, time has flown by. Wow. Man, I don't know how it was back there. I didn't think I was that mean, man. Feedback is a gift, exactly.
Feedback is a gift, absolutely.
So what I was saying though,
go ahead.
That, when you're looking for your fans, I think that it's also important to understand that you got to figure out where do your fans actually hang out. So a lot of times we will spend a lot of time and money. I know, like, one of the big things is about radio.
Yeah.
What if your fans don't hang out on radio?
Exactly.
Now? You know what I'm saying? So if you're dropping 10 grand for a radio campaign, but your audience right now is not, because we got to even look at the times. Like right now, people are not necessarily hanging out around the radio a whole lot, not like they were before the pandemic hit. You know what I'm saying? So if you're dropping 10 grand on a radio campaign, Okay, but are your fans there? You might pick up a couple of new ones, but are your fans actually there? So yeah, I agree with Simone about, find out where your fans are, because those are the ones that are going to be, they're gonna drop some dollars on you when when it's time.
Yeah, like Facebook also has some great tools that will tell you what your fans are into, what they're interested in. And that can help you to create content that they'll gravitate towards and that they're interested in. So, that's another thing that you can use to help engage your fans and drive your fans to your own platforms and keep them interested. And I think that leads into number 2, where it says don't ignore existing fans while you're trying to make new ones. And that's very important, especially if you're doing digital ads. You want to do ads that's going to draw new people in, but then you also want to offer things and offer content to fans who have been with you and have stuck with you for years. You're trying to grow your fan base and you want 10,000 new people, but what about the 100 people that have been with you forever? It's a good idea to offer them something juicy, offer them something exclusive, be offer them something to thank them for sticking around with you, when times were real tough and nobody knew your name and your music wasn't that great and all that stuff, so.
Right. And if I could, I'm gonna try to wrap this question around what we're talking about. Sam P asked, what about billboards? Is that a relevant marketing tool? It's only relevant if your audience is saying that it's relevant. If the
Right.
data shows that your target audience are drivers, they're in a populated area, and enough of them are going to see that billboard for whatever reason, then it's a good point. But if your target audience is ages 16 through 21, and you can tell by the analytics that most of your audience listens to you on an iPhone, then chances are a billboard is going to be a waste of money.
Right.
So that is why learning this information, using these analytics, it is very, very important, because you don't want to waste your money.
Absolutely.
You muted, Ron.
Thank you, man. Hey, to add to that, here's a legend here who's been in the music industry for over 50 years here. All right, Mr. Marlon Matt Nichols. And he says, after all my years and hundreds of releases in the industry, I test my records and run them past certain people I respect for a opinion before I release.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, man, hey, this is priceless right here, y'all.
And look, if you go back
Man.
in history and you look at Motown had an entire listening department that
Yes.
if it wasn't unanimous, that record didn't come out. There were plenty of records that Motown now, because it's no longer a real company, it's collapsed into Universal. And so you start seeing these reissues and these never before heard Motown songs. Well, these are the songs that got rejected because they didn't get a unanimous vote. Barry Gordy had 5 to 6 people, and if they didn't raise their hand, it was like, put that back. Let's go back.
Because I think what he said is, would you go buy a sandwich or buy this record?
That's what, and then we just talk about that.
Yeah.
Your super fan will make that
Right.
decision between food, gas, or your music. You know what I mean? And that's real.
That's real.
So that's real.
Well said. Hey, great information. Hey, again, guys, y'all gonna have any questions, comments? Again, whether you're an artist, a musician, a comedian, whatever is your craft in the entertainment business. I mean, even just pretty much in life general, this applies. You know what I'm saying? Even as a business, you have to find your fans, find your target audience, your target market. Okay, because you can't sell to everybody.
Absolutely.
That's facts.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Facts. Your
I
music
mean,
is-
I think that's important. The mindset needs to be, everybody is not my fan. And you're not trying
Right.
to convert everybody to be your fan. You know what
Right.
I mean? Because my thing is, I think people who do that, they start running the race really, really hard, and then you lose steam really fast.
Mhm.
And you still at the end of the day have to make music because you love doing it. For those that are in, gospel music or what have you, you have to still make music because you love the message behind what you're doing. And if you're trying to convert everybody into being your fan, it's just not going to be the case. I mean, nobody likes everybody. It just is what it is. And so be the best at who you are, be the best at what you can be. I did want to say to Sam about the billboard, like, I love what you said, Danny, because the one thing I was going to also say is that billboards are very costly. And I think the best way to get the most bang for your buck with a billboard is you actually have to connect with those digital companies that will display your ad all around the country. And then the other thing people got to realize, and at the same time, and then they have to realize that people literally, like, they kind of tell you a person needs to, like, either in radio, they got to hear your ad at least 7 times before you actually start paying attention to it. It's almost, and then, like, when you're riding on the highway, if you think about, especially like in Philly and stuff, you'll see some of the dumbest billboards, right? Like, they're so dumb, but those are the ones that actually will catch your attention. Yeah. And so there are times where I'm like, why did they spend money on this billboard? I actually paid attention to it. That's why they did it. So my thing is, unless you have a relatively large budget and you're willing to spread that out in target markets around the country at the same time, I don't think that billboard advertising is very advantageous for people. And I will tell you this very quickly. When I was launching one of my supplements, the girl that I hired as the brand manager put up a billboard in on a very busy highway in New Jersey. I did not get one sale.
What?
And my billboard was up. I mean, I didn't pay for it. I got it for free, but it was up for like 3 hours or something. I didn't make one sale. And I think it basically ran like every 13 minutes or something. I didn't get one sale. But I put money into marketing on social media and on Facebook ads, and I was locking in sales. So think about where you want to put your money.
Now, before you say that, Simone, I will say this: like, if you're using a billboard to point to an event, like, let's say you were having a concert. Yeah, let's say you were having a concert in a market that you may not be, too familiar with, or you got a few fans there. You put a billboard up, hey, I'm having a show at the Cultural Arts Center, blah, 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 blah. Somebody will see that and go, I might give that a shot.
That's a good idea.
That's different.
I'm not doing
anything. But, right, but if you got a billboard and it's got all your social media links on it, nobody's going to take the time to see that. So,
it takes how many seconds are people even seeing it as they're driving by? And if your audience is really filled with younger people, they're in the back of an Uber on their phone. They're not even looking up. So your billboard is a complete waste of time.
Okay, so
design for billboards is an art form, because when it comes to the billboard, you can't put all that information on there anyway. Like, when we were designing the billboard that went up, I mean, it was like there was hardly any information, because you have mere seconds to capture.
Got that much time.
Yeah, but I agree with you.
Get the message across.
An event, something like local, I think that definitely makes sense. That makes sense for sure.
Okay, so we have a comedy duo in the comments.
Yeah.
Dude said,
we need to a deaf person. Well, you know what? Now in DC is a deaf school, and they actually do concerts.
Well, wait a minute. Here's Carlos's response.
Nothing you can we just pause.
Tell you though, let me shift. I'm gonna tell you what's really amazing about that from a marketing standpoint. There is a lady on Instagram, and when I was getting ready, and she signs, like, she is amazing. She will sign to and I had to find her information, and she signs to like all popular music, and will create like little music videos and everything. And when I was getting ready to release my album, I reached out to her. I was gonna pay her to do it because she has a huge following, because what she does is so beautiful. And she requires that you got to give her the lyric video. Like, you have to produce a lyric video for her so that when she's feeling the music, she can watch you while you sing it and stuff like that. Like, I realized that Stokes was like, you know, he said he wasn't joking, and we kind of laughed about it. But listen, that's an untapped market.
That's
Wow.
true. That's true.
See,
And
she done dropped some
when
jewels
it
for
comes
you.
to the gospel, period. You know, deaf people are an untapped market. They
Well,
really
you look
are.
at it; it's such a beautiful form, and as a dancer, I would incorporate. You know, I used to incorporate the signing into the dancing that we did.
Yeah.
So it's actually a beautiful art form as well. So
Yeah.
Hey, Tamika
We
just
had
dropped some
we had
jewels
our
for
own
y'all.
church.
That's real.
thank you, because everybody's trying to be funny. Like,
We had a choir at our old church, and we would, you know, sign some of our songs. And, you know, we had sopranos over here doing their thing, and altos over here doing their thing, and the soloist was doing their signing. It was great.
Wow. So what now with the signing? All right, they're doing it to the lyrics, but is there
Yes.
any signing to the music, or is it just?
I have
feel
actually
the music.
seen.
Oh,
I
you
have
can feel
actually
the music.
seen-
Sign
yeah,
for music is, you know, they just do this.
Okay.
yeah. I
You
have actually
feel
seen
the
this lady that I think it's Tamika. Is it the white lady that you would reach out to?
Yeah.
Kind of stocky,
Right,
because
Will.
I've seen her. I've seen
No,
one lady
no.
that she signed at a rap concert,
Oh.
and she was going in, like really going in, to the point that the rapper went over and stood beside her, and I mean she was like winning over the crowd.
Wow.
What?
So if you have that kind of mindset, yeah, that is something that you might not be thinking of.
Well, wheels are turning. So, hey, hey, that is an untapped market for sure. All right, so you never know how God could definitely set you up. You know what I'm saying? Stop looking at the traditional way of jumping on these award shows or showcases or such and such. You're probably going after the wrong people. Bottom line,
Right. And if it's really about, if what we're doing here is really about reaching people for the gospel,
ministry.
people for the kingdom, then doing some of these out of the box things is what you want to do, right? Because you're reaching directly to people who need to hear your lyrics, your testimony, your music, you know.
There you go.
And here's my thing about. I'm sorry, Simone. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Look, I have a problem with that. Like, people take a breath and I think they're done. I'm sorry. No, what I was gonna say about the award show, it's only a waste of money if you don't maximize it. If you utilize these award shows as a way to really market yourself, not just about winning the award, but like, if I was going to do an award show, I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to just do the award. I'm going to try and be on the stage and sing. And that's going to cost you money. So you have to invest, like, but it makes sense. So if I'm going to spend money to go to the award show, if I can, I'm trying to be on stage. Why? Especially now, everybody's live streaming everything. So now not only are you tapping into the audiences there in the building, you're tapping into the people that are watching Boo Boo and Peaches and you know, Chicky Poo on, you know, that's getting ready to win an award. So then if you're taking behind the scenes footage while you're getting ready for the award show, that's content. If you're taking footage while you're inside there, you take footage when you're on stage. You take listen, if I was going to an award show, I would all of a sudden, if I didn't have a podcast, I would create a podcast. Because then, especially for people there that have clout, you know what I'm saying? I would be interviewing them, nuggets from them, learning different things from them. Now you're in front of other people's faces. See, people don't look at it like it's not just about the award. The award is great.
It's about being on a platform where you can get in front of people that you wouldn't have access to otherwise.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. If you're going to do it, I don't care if you got a DoorDash, Uber, you know what I'm saying? Instacart your way, the extra ducats that you need to get on that stage. If you're going to spend the money to be there, then be there. Don't just be in the audience. Be there and get on the stage of the show. I'm not even talking about the little side shows that happen. I'm talking about I don't care.
Televised version.
I want to be on the actual show.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what everybody's going to see. Because people go even to like the Stellar Awards, and they'll go and then they'll do some of the side shows and stuff like that. You got to just make sure that it's really worth your money, because there are a lot of people that will set up showcases around the Stellar Awards, and not one person with clout is there. It's in like a little
Get you every time.
Yeah, it's in a janky ballroom
A
or
hole in the
meeting
wall
room
somewhere.
where there's like 5 people there, and I don't know why the organizers will flash to the crowd, and you got little, little Boo Boo Kitty in the side that's like, "Yay, it's Danny Ray!" Like you're the only person there in the audience. I don't know why they do that. So if you do, just make sure it makes sense to
That's
you.
right. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Maximize it. Hey, guys, it's just dropping some nuggets for you right there. I mean,
And have a call to action. Like have something that you want people to do.
You know,
So when they ask you, this is my website, this is my social, this is how you join my mailing list. This is what I'm giving away right now for free or whatever,
Forget giving away. Where's my merch table? Go to my merch table, buy my stuff, buy t-shirts. Help me with this budget that I got to come up with.
Well, the thing is, if you give something away for free, because you're just meeting these people, right? You're just meeting them. They're not friends yet. They're not fans yet. More people will sign up on your mailing list if you're giving something away for free than if you're asking them to buy a $20 t-shirt or $30 something. Some people will, sure, but you give it away for free. They sign up on your mailing list. You nurture them. Now they're buying from you for years to come.
This is going to sound really unpopular to people, but I cannot tell you how many opportunities I've had because I volunteered and was okay with being the usher, or I was okay with being in the dressing room with people. Like when I was in college, every time that Delaware State would bring in one of like the big stage plays that were coming in, I was always a backstage person. And I got to literally be in the room with the actors and the actresses. I got to talk to them. I built relationships with them. I spent all day with them. Like, we got to stop thinking that we're too good, that we can't volunteer somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Until you can like sell out a stadium, baby, you better go and volunteer and get on the radar of people. I've had people, because I was able to actually open my mouth, they were like, wow, this girl is very well spoken, and opportunities have come because I was willing to serve. It's not even always about being seen. Are you willing to serve? You know what I mean? Like, so you got to know why. What are you trying to get out of it? Sometimes if you're willing to serve, people are willing to even give you a spot on the stage. There was an event that came some years ago. I mean, it's been forever ago, but years ago, it came to Delaware, and they knew what I did, and so they wanted me to speak on a panel. I negotiated. Okay, I'll speak on your panel. I want to sing tonight. They were charging $200 for it. I didn't have to pay anything because you wanted what I had, and you said, and I was on the panel.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So figure out different ways that you can serve and possibly even rework some things like that.
Bless you, Antonio.
Now, just keep it real, Tamika. You volunteer because of the free food. I used to do university programs. I used to do the concerts as well. It was free food.
No.
So don't even get it twisted.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I ever got free food. I just got to hang out with all the actors and actresses and stuff, and I got to learn all behind the scenes because at that time I really wanted to produce my own plays, which I ultimately did. You know what I mean? Like I even won, I was the Black Gospel Playwright of the Year. Just saying.
Okay.
Don't roll your eyes. I hope they get stuck like that next time.
Man. Wow. Hey, this is some rich stuff here, y'all. Rich things going on right here. The Music Industry Makeover podcast. If you're an artist, any questions or comments, as we do each and every Thursday night, we either have some guests or we talk about things in the industry and try to give you all some tips to help better yourself as an artist. Things are starting to open up now too. Okay. Yeah. So again, if you didn't maximize the moment during the pandemic, all right, hey, seed time and harvest. You know what I'm saying? So, wow. Brady says yes, servitude and being in place. Yes, hey, yes. Once you serve somebody else, you will definitely get what it is that God has for you. It's about serving, giving of yourself. And we're serving you all tonight. Give you all some nuggets to run with it. And hey, if you need some assistance, all four of us are here to help you out, even individually. Okay, so What's
nuggets? I told you I was hungry before we
Yeah.
started. Like I'm hungry. He keeps saying
See?
nuggets. I'm like, do I have nuggets?
chicken nuggets, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
Lord,
I
you
didn't
gotta
have
get
time.
Antonio
your
says,
DoorDash.
Before I
here's
sat down. I'm like,
what's the
why
best way
nuggets?
to market a single versus LP?
Okay, so let me start, Mr. Barnes. Thank you for your question. To me, I always think of a single as your test. Almost think of it as your crash test dummy. You know what I mean? You put out a single to see if your music, number one, if it's working. Number two, what audience is gravitating towards that music, towards that sound. And because, it's cheaper to release one song than it is a whole album. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So and what that means is that if it's not working, 2-3 months down the line, we could pull that single, and try something different. It's really, really harder if you got a 10, 14 song album to get that out of the minds of people. You know what I mean? That all 14 songs weren't working. So that to me, and trust me, you may think that's a joke, but trust me, Ron and I have heard some things that
Yes.
all 14 songs was
It's
not
like-
working.
Like, really, you want to put this out? Oh, but hey, but God gave it to me like this.
No, he didn't.
God doesn't sound like that. But go ahead.
No, he didn't. But anyway, and then
Man.
if you continue, Mr. Barnes, to listen to the show, you'll get some marketing tips as well, as far as what to do with that single. But that, in my opinion, is the difference between a single and a LP.
But
Yeah.
if it is working, sorry,
No,
I wanted to jump in. If it is working, I think it's a great way to build anticipation for the rest of the album.
Right.
That's generally what it is for, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it keeps people engaged, and you're putting out content in between the albums. What if you did an album 2 or 3 years ago and your newest album isn't ready yet, but you have a single, or you have 2 or 3 singles to kind of keep people engaged, whet their appetites until the album is ready to release.
Mm-hmm.
So they know you're not doing nothing.
So the question was, how do you market a single versus an LP, or what's the best way to market a? Oh, okay. Excuse me. I think either way, the single is always important. So as somebody who owns a radio station, when people send me a full album, the first thing I say is, what single are you pushing on this album? I'm not gonna listen to every song.
right.
And when an artist says to me, you just picked a song that you like, guess what? I'm not gonna pick any of them, because I legitimately don't have time. And I have a smaller station, you know what I mean? So, and I'm one of the few people that are actually willing to return a message to an artist, and say, what is the single that you're actually pushing? The single is what opens the door for the rest of your LP, right? So
Right.
you want to pick the hottest single that's there. You want to pick the one. I think when you're thinking about marketing your single, I think it really depends on when are you planning to release the LP, right? Like that's something that you need to think about, right? Because a song that you release in December is going to sound different than what you release in June, right? Because right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because like music for the summer, you got people they want to be bumping, right? When it goes into like the fall and even winter, you might have more worshipy things that are coming about. So you got to also pay attention to like what is, and I hate to sound like real deep, but what is the atmosphere? Like what is that? Like we think atmosphere is just about when you walk into a church. What's the atmosphere of the church? What is like legitimately happening in the world? And what is the sound of the world? Like what are people buying? What is the sound? Are people in despair? So last year there were a lot of people that were releasing music. The best music was the music that was uplifting. We didn't want it, you know what I'm saying? Like when we were last year around this time, that's when we had the uprising of Black men being killed, and people are afraid for their husbands and their sons to walk outside, and you know what I'm saying? So we understand that Jesus is real, but people wanted something different, right?
Mhm.
So you got to figure out what is the atmosphere and what is the sound that people need to listen to. I think it's always important. Like I know I sound like a broken record. It's so important to be tapped into God because his ways really are not our ways. And so even
Right.
when, you know, even when it came to like November and December, there were albums I think that probably flourished and did well simply because people needed to be uplifted. So whereas most people would say, hey, December is the time that you only release Christmas music, this year, everything kind of went as long as it was uplifting and it was touching people in a certain way. So I do think you part of your marketing, like you really got to tap into like, what is God telling you to do? But it always starts with the single, even if you're doing the LP. So if you have the single, you take that single, ride that thing out. You know what I'm saying? Like ride it out for a while. I think everybody else was saying in anticipation of the LP. But even when you're getting interviews and stuff like that, the station's not going to play your whole entire LP. So
Right.
when I was doing marketing for Radia, for example, we actually did a world virtual tour for her. There were some of the hosts that they actually did play, and she had an EP, but they actually played all of her songs, and that's what they did. But every radio host is not going to have an hour to sit and talk to you while they play all your music. They're not going to do it. So it always still starts with the single.
And if I can piggyback on that,
you can.
Can you put his comment back up when he said that right now song?
Mm-hmm.
Let me push back on that, Mr. Barnes. Your first single has to be a musical representation of your why. Why are you doing music?
Come on.
Why
bro.
are you doing this? Why are you releasing this? This can't be just because, everybody now needs something uplifting. I'm going to write an uplifting song, right? Or everybody now is political. I'm going to write a political song. You know, because people actually see through that. And they see that you're being kind of like, you're not really being authentic. You know what? Your super fans, the super fans that you want to invest money in your career, they want to know what is your purpose for interrupting my day for 3 minutes for me to listen to this song? Am I going to give you 3 minutes? I might only give you 10 seconds. Now, in that 10 seconds, can you convince me that you are authentic and this is something that I need to hear? Because if not, I'm not going to listen to your single. I don't care if it is right now. Okay? It has to be a representation of your why. And if you don't know your why, you might want to find that out before you do a single.
Hey, man, just give you the hard truth, brother, because we want to see you succeed.
Also, is it even good?
Right.
I'm not saying that Antonio stuff isn't, but I'm just like,
I never heard it.
Let me tell y'all, I received a song called "I'm a Christian Crackhead."
Oh yeah.
That's right. I put that in the group chat.
Yes, man. I can't believe that. Well, you know what? Hey, we've received some crazy ones too. Jesus is my baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
what?
Jesus is my baby.
Somebody made a song called "Jesus Is My Baby," and it was sounding like Jesus was her baby daddy. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. I'm like,
I am not kidding.
Before they write their lyrics, that's all I'm saying.
But once again, these people, when you press them on it, they will say, "No, God gave me this song," and then we have to go back to, "No, He didn't."
No, He didn't. No.
Like, which God are you talking about?
Exactly.
Right. Your flesh.
The Bible ain't give you that.
Because certainly this cannot be. Yeah, certainly this cannot be a musical representation of your why.
Hey, I'll even go further. Almost 20 years ago, a girl had made a single called Hunchin'. Hunchin'. Hey, Hunchin'.
It was about God?
Hey, it was about preachers going out committing fornication and such and such. And I'm like, hunching. Hey, but again, this ain't nothing new, y'all.
I just don't understand.
I don't either. Hey, this ain't nothing new. Craziness. Like, seriously.
Yesterday, apparently there's some group called like Sluts for Christ.
Oh yeah, that was that acronym. That fly. Yeah. Hey, you're welcome, Antonio.
You know what? And people people are, and we're in this day and age that people are trying to be shocking and they're
Yeah.
trying to be
shock
provocative.
value. Yeah,
And I'm just saying that as a believer, as somebody that knows his why,
right.
I can't let that in my spirit.
Exactly.
I can't. I'm
Exactly.
sorry. I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care what your budget is. I don't care what you
Yeah.
want to hire me to do, what you want me to produce.
Right.
Because of who I am and because I know my why, I
Your why.
cannot let that in my spirit. So be real careful about what you're writing, because man, there's some crazy stuff out here.
It's some crazy stuff out
Yeah.
here. Exactly. Yes. Real, very crazy. So I was seeing. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, get in contact with us after the show or so. And but yeah, hey, again,
And
you know,
give
this
us
is
a purpose, Antonio. Why are you sending it to us? What do you want us to do with it?
that's a good, hey,
Put that in the inbox, Antonio. Mr.
yeah, what's your
Barnes.
why?
What is your what is your why?
What is your why?
One song.
Because, like Tamika said,
I worship
we
this
don't
one.
have time to sit and just listen to everybody's music. I mean, what do you want out of this?
Yes, what's your goals for your music? What it, you know what I'm saying? What it, where do you want to take it? Because everybody, we all get music. All of us definitely get music here. And yes, we have a platform. And it's not just to you, Antonio, but even other artists who may be watching. It's like, again, let's not waste each other's time. Know your reason for why you're doing what you're doing. And if we can help you, yes, we can definitely do it. But don't come with your hand out. Okay. Let us offer our services to you if we desire, if the Lord places upon our hearts to do that, not just with us, but just with anybody you may come in contact with as well. Don't come out looking for free stuff.
And if we're a good fit, because maybe
Right.
your music is a good fit for what we're doing or not.
Right.
Yeah, Antonio, my you can send it to iworship96@gmail.com, and my program manager will take a listen.
Yes, definitely. All right. Hey, any other questions out there? Got 7 minutes or so. Again, this is the Music Industry Makeover. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. And again, we want to see you all succeed out there. All right.
Yeah.
We want to see you succeed.
Can
Yeah, go
we
ahead.
quickly mention the other things that are on this list, because we went
Okay.
So number 3 was social media, music
Mhm.
marketing strategies. And a big one with this, since some of these platforms have been out for a while, so we kind of missed the boat on the organic. So paid ads is the easiest way to reach the most people. Let's see, focus on creating compelling non-musical content.
Now
So
that's pretty
also,
interesting.
when you find out like a lot of your fans are into horseback riding, or they're into fast cars, or they're into curing cancer or whatever, talk about these things and make that a part of your content strategy. Send your music to blogs, playlists, and press outlets. That makes sense. If your whole marketing strategy is I'm gonna hire a radio promoter and send my music to radio, that doesn't cover all your bases. And like Tamika said, what if your fans aren't listening to radio? They're never gonna hear your music. They're never gonna see your ad. So send it to blogs, playlists, and press outlets as well.
Exactly.
Create and monetize your own artist website. Your artist website is your home on the web. You can do whatever you want with it. It is your branding. It is your name. A lot of people, I'll ask them for their website and they'll send me Reverb Nation. They'll send me Facebook, Instagram. Those platforms, they are nice. They do a lot, but they're not yours. On your website, if you're selling your merch, you're selling your music on your website, you keep all of that money. That is the best place for your fans to support you. If they want to support you for real, they would buy the stuff off your own website. Instead of getting only, a percentage of a penny per stream, you're getting the full 99 cents every time somebody decides to download it. Whether they listen to it or not, they're just doing it to support you. They know that they can go on Spotify or YouTube or wherever to listen to your song for free. But if they want to support you for real, they're going to buy it off of your website. It's your home. So I just wanted to make sure that those got said before we go.
And before we move on, I'm gonna push back because that's what Simone and I had a brief debate about. I'm gonna just say this: if you have a limited budget when you're starting out, I would much rather you spend your money on getting your social media marketing together, making sure people knew where to buy your music. Ron, can you pull up that Ditto, the quick link?
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
can you
sir.
pull that up real quick?
Yes.
When you go through an independent distributor like Ditto, CD Baby, TuneCore, DistroKid, you get sites like this that are included in your distribution. So that when you're emailing someone or like someone like a Simone or whatever, and they say, hey, where can I find your music? You send them this. If you don't have enough money for a professional website, you send them this, and it's like, okay, any platform that you want to listen to music on, this is where you can find me. Okay. This is included when you're releasing your single or your music. All right. Also, other alternatives, and we don't have time. We probably need to do a whole show on Spotify. But now one of the things that Spotify is pushing is the Spotify artist page. Which, which if you could pull up the Divine Favor one real quick, which is basically Spotify's version of a Facebook page where you can click on that.
I don't think I have that one.
I thought I sent it to you, but that's fine.
Okay.
You can click on Spotify, click on an artist. It will take you to their page, and you can find pictures. You can find concert dates. You can find
like an EPK basically.
Okay,
it is like an EPK, and so Spotify is pushing this in an effort to get people to open up about their music, because this is the real reason, this is the real way you can get on a Spotify playlist. Like this is the artist page, the Divine Favorite Project. This is my group. Okay. This is a page that you pull up now. You know, I haven't really done all of it yet, but you can see the releases are there, where you can find it, my artist pick, all of this information. You fill this out and add your bio. When you start sending your stuff to the curators, to Spotify, this is the first page they're going to go look for. And so if you don't have this page up, your chances of being on an official curated Spotify playlist are greatly diminished.
So this is what an actual Spotify artist playlist.
That is what an artist page looks like. That is correct. And so, and I'm not necessarily discounting your websites. Definitely not doing that. But what I am saying is that when you're starting out and you have a limited budget, use the tools that are available to you that are free or next to free, and you can get the same amount to get that momentum going, so that down the line you can hire someone to do a professional web page for you if you're not good at HTML web design. So that's the only thing that I would say about that.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
You don't have to be good at HTML programming. There are lots of drag and drop platforms out there. One of the ones that is highly recommended is Bandzoogle, because it's for artists, and they create it for artists. They make it easy for artists. The
only problem with Bandzoogle's not free. They give you 30 days, and then after that, it's like, let's say it's either $20 a month or something along that line. And if you're starting out with no budget, that might be an expense that you're not ready for, And so I would say to someone just starting out, now, if you're already established, definitely go look into Bandzoogle, and because it is easy and whatever.
Established, I would look into WordPress.
But that too. But what I'm saying also is that I'm talking to the artist that is like Mr. Barnes, that you're just about to launch this single, and I would much rather you spend your money on a Facebook ad, on a YouTube ad, on a Google ad, than spending your money designing a website. And now you got to figure out how to get traffic to your website, which is going to cost you more money.
There you go. Hey, and Antonio Barnes, there's your answer right there to your question. You know, so
And it's the same with YouTube. You can do it with YouTube, artist.youtube.com, artist.spotify.com, artist.applemusic.com or apple.com. I can't remember, but they all have artist pages that basically these pages are created when you do your distribution and you distribute your music to all of these digital service platforms. So what you have to do is you go and you claim your account. So the pages already exist. You go, you claim it. So now it becomes a verified account, and you can post your bio. You can post all kinds of stuff on there. You can post little videos to go along with your song and different things like that.
Good stuff.
Absolutely.
But honestly, what we're now saying to everybody is it takes a little bit of time.
It takes time and effort.
Rather than investing, always having to invest dollars, sometimes what you have to do is invest time. And I will say, I'm glad you said that. I didn't even realize all these places now have these artist pages like that anymore. So I'm telling everybody, it is very advantageous that if you can claim an artist page, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, take some time out, set it aside, even if it's like, okay, Monday, I'm gonna go ahead and claim my Spotify, get my bio up and all that stuff. The reason why it's important for you to do it on every single platform is because that platform is going to cater to that platform. So if your information is on Spotify is going to cater much more to, really helping to push you on the Spotify platform. Again, it doesn't mean that you should never have your own website, but if they're already kind of giving you a free space there, why not?
Yeah,
why not?
And it makes you look more professional as an artist.
Absolutely.
Well, if people because people are going to listen to your song on Spotify, and then they might click on your name to learn more about you, and then there's nothing there, then you look crazy. So you want to absolutely claim those pages and use them to their capacity.
Absolutely.
So some of what's really important for people to have before you start doing that, you definitely want to have a nice bio that is written. If your bio is nicely written, then all you have to do is just copy and paste it, right? If you need to invest some money, I would say invest in having some good headshots and things like that done. Get some good pictures done.
Make sure you have your pictures.
A lot of money. Right. So if you have a nice bio, you have nice pictures. First of all, that's gonna be great because then all you got to do is upload those to all those different places. And then when you're ready to do your website, you'll have those things as well. Claim your name on the social media as soon as you can. Claim your name. A lot of times people want to be like, hey, I'm Pookie 1954. Listen, claim your name. It makes it easier for everybody to find you. So if you can make all of your social media the exact same thing, then again, when you're loading up to these places
across the board, people know who the heck you are when they go from platform to platform to platform.
Yeah. And all these platforms, because I'm looking at Spotify now, they're asking, they want your bio, they want your social media stuff. And if you already have that stuff done, it's just a matter of you copying and pasting. And so you don't feel like you're taking up too much time.
Right. And real quick, if you're in social media right now, the thing that you want is that blue check mark. You want to be verified. And going through Spotify, if you go through the steps correctly, like you're supposed to, you're going to get that blue check. And that is very, very advantageous when it comes to marketing and promotion. And once again, it's very advantageous when you're trying to get on a actual Spotify playlist. I know we're running up against the clock, but let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. We talked about playlists. Let me put a warning out. I attended a Spotify master's class where they were talking about what are the best ways for independent artists to promote on Spotify. So they talked about the artist page. They talked about Canvas, which is a feature on the artist page. But what they also talked about was how Spotify now has an algorithm that finds out when you've bought followers, when you've bought streams, when you've bought your way onto a playlist. They can tell because they're tracking IP addresses. They're tracking IP addresses that don't make sense for you. And so what that algorithm does is they find you And what they do, they will ghost cancel you.
Yeah.
Now, what is ghost cancel? Ghost cancel means they can isolate your IP address. You pull up Spotify, you see your music, but the other 7 billion people on planet Earth don't.
Mm.
Okay?
Now that's gangster.
So
That is
what I'm trying to tell y'all is there are no shortcuts.
None.
Please. I know you see on Facebook, hey, we can get you 1 million streams on Spotify. We can get you X amount of followers on.
Ever.
Don't
do it.
Ever. I mean, and it's not just the IP addresses that they're looking at. I mean, you might have a ton of followers. You might, all these different followers following you, but nobody's listening. Why is that? There should be a certain percentage of people actually listening.
Or you have 1 million followers on Spotify. You got 2 on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Now, why is that you have 1 million on Spotify and you got 2 on Apple Music? Something ain't adding up.
Or all of your followers are all in Bangladesh and you live in the United States. What's up with that?
Yeah, look.
In other words, y'all, you cannot skip the process.
Right.
All right, marketing and promotions. Bottom line, that will never go out of style. That will never go away.
No.
Okay, so
do the hard work that it takes. Don't skip.
Yes,
try to do it.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. Hey, what's up, Kareem? How you doing? Hopefully one day we'll have you on the show. All right, awesome. Well, hey, look, all things unfortunately must come to an end. Remember, God's love never ends. You matter in the kingdom of God, so don't compare yourself or your ministry to anyone else. Just do what God's called you to do, and you'll be just fine. Mr. Simone, go ahead and say your closing remarks there.
My closing remarks: work hard, don't give up, take action on what you've heard today, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome.
Oh, and visit sjmusic.com if you want to grow your fan base.
SJ Music.
With your music.
Yes. Mr. Mika?
No tengo nada. I don't have anything.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's all been said.
Okay.
Why
Yes.
you like you don't believe me?
Hey.
Mine's like I know Tamika has something to say. Like
I mean, well, okay.
No,
I
ordered a pizza. So
yeah, pepperoni and all that.
I'm trying to get off of here.
Yeah.
No, so my stomach is like, yes.
Yeah, not. So I hear you. Hey, Danny. I mean, D. Ray, the producer. Yes.
Feed your dinosaurs. Go Jurassic Park. We out.
Oh yeah, and welcome all you Android users to the clubhouse. Yeah, they finally let y'all in. All right.
Antonio wants me to repeat something. What do you want me to repeat?
Probably your website.
sjmusic.com. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, Shay. Hey, all right. Yes. Hi, Tanya. How you doing? Thanks so much for joining us. All right.
Hey, Tanya.
Yes. Awesome. Yes. SJ Music. sjmusic.com. All right.
Music.
All right. Well, hey, you all be safe out there. And again, just tell a friend, hey, each and every Thursday night this is what we do right here, the Music Industry Makeover. So hey, get at us. All right. Let us know what's up. Until then, we'll see you and be blessed. All right. Peace.